Hi, friends. Chris Kelly here. Well, another week. We're sprinting right into late fall and winter type weather and all that goes with it. So, hey, before we jump into stats and what's going on in the Portland real estate market, like I said, I'm going to each week introduce somebody that's part of Kelly Marketing Group, part of the team. And the person that's been with me the longest is here with us today. Cheryl Richardson's been here for two different iterations of my team that I've had over the years, and has been here in a variety of capacities. And kind of, when we started this iteration of Kelly Marketing Group, really did a lot of distressed property work because that's where we were in that season of the market, and ultimately into sales and most recently into managing this team with me and trying to make it as productive and as awesome as it possibly can be. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Say hello, world.
Hello, world. Yeah, I've been with Chris almost my entire career, which next year will be 20 years.
Yes.
So quite a while. An agent. I work with clients just like Chris does.
Yep.
I did short sales for about 4 years, negotiated short sales, and have been an agent, like I said, like Chris, after that. And about 2 years ago now, I took on the role of helping him manage the team. So I just help
Herding cats.
herding cats.
Herding cats. Managing the team.
I help everyone move forward in their business. My goal is to just keep everyone organized and keep everyone focused on being better humans, being better agents, just better at what they do.
We run a relational business, and so being relational is key. Being productive and being systematic in being relational, that's hard. A guy like me, that does not come natural whatsoever. So trying to run a team in a way that's systematized and organized for a guy that it doesn't come natural for individually, it's a tall order, to put it mildly. Thankfully, Cheryl's skill set complements mine. She's everything I'm not, and that's perfect. Some of the things we do, and you've heard me talk about it most recently the last few weeks. We're coming up on our annual pie event. A lot of fun, been doing it for a long time. And that's kind of the community side of things. We each have our own respective databases. So Cheryl has a group of people that she's stayed in touch with for a bunch of years, and I have a group of people, and Jamie has a group of people, and so on and so forth. So collectively, we have this huge group of people that we have great relationships with, and we try to do things at the team level to reach everybody in each agent's respective relationships. The pie event's one of them, and as you can see, there's another thing that we're going to do this year, and I don't think we've ever done it before, so
no.
It'll be fun. So tell me a little bit about Santa's mailbox.
So we have a Santa's mailbox here. So what we're going to do this year is we have a little template letter that you can give to your kids, and you should be getting that from Chris via email here shortly.
If I was on the ball, you'd already have it. I'm a little remiss. I'll get after it.
I know all of my clients already have it, but
of course they do.
It's a letter they can write to Santa, and then you'll get it back to us, or you can bring them in here anytime between now and the pie day, and they can put it into this special Santa envelope. What they will get is a response from Santa, a letter from Santa. It'll come back from them. It'll be postmarked from the North Pole.
Nice.
So yeah, it'll be really cool. It'll be a response, a handwritten response to their letter from Santa to them. So yeah, you'll be getting that template. The important part is we will need your letters by Pi Day in order for them to get to the North Pole and back again.
to travel the distance.
Exactly. So that's what this mailbox is.
Right.
It'll be here in our office between now and Pi Day. So yeah, be looking for that letter. And
send them back or pop on by.
exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
But that's, these are just a couple of examples of, we do our big picnic every year. We do the movie event at the beginning of the year. There's just community type things. This is our way to say thanks, and it's our way to keep in front of people that we want to keep in front of, and really bring some humanity to the business side of things. That's kind of always the goal. So her part of her job, obviously is to make us productive, but is to really make those community efforts better, a little more seamless for us as salespeople, because most of us are good at selling and bad at the rest. So, if she can help make that better and make that smoother and just make it better for our clients, that's kind of the goal. So thank you for being here.
Well,
thank you for being with me.
It's been a blast.
Yahoo. Well, good. With that, I'm going to hop into stats. So, all right, good stuff. All right, let's take a look at what's going on in the market. Not much. No, I'm kidding. It really hasn't changed dramatically. I mean, there's a little bit of a bump in pending sales. Like I said, this average median sales price number just does this, and right now it's on the uptick. But yeah, the velocity or pace of the market, literally exactly the same. I mean, or virtually the same as 2019. However, just less going on. I mean, this is going to be the case for some time. I think when interest rates, like I said, when they start with a low 6, or really when they start with a 5, these numbers will grow across the board. Both the top line number, the new listing number will grow, and more of them will sell. Will go pending and ultimately sell, and we'll start seeing numbers that look more like these or more like these. Probably more like these, to be honest. But the pace of the market will pick up, and that number will go up invariably. Interesting article I'll post. New home sales in U.S. Spiked 34% annually in September. So a bunch of new home sales on the annual national basis. Portland has always been a little bit of a constrained market where new construction is concerned. It's because there's not a lot of, we have a line in the sand around the city called an urban growth boundary. And it really just kind of limits, you don't get, 2,000 lot subdivisions in Portland like you do in other markets. But the other thing that's happening too at the larger scale is a lot of these builders are creating circumstances financially where rates are in the 5s. High 5s, but they're in the 5s. They're basically buying down the rate as part of the incentive package to buy. That is heavily contributing. That coupled with, I think the very first or second paragraph said, well, all of these sales are happening because of the lack of inventory in the resale market. Yes, along with a lot of these builders creating the ability for you to get an interest rate in the 5s, right? That stimulates people to go ahead and move. Now rather than later, because they're going to get today's price rather than tomorrow's. So interesting. There was and I'm not one of these overly Pollyanna guys. I try to watch, to the extent I can stomach it sometimes, I try to watch other things, including some of the doom and gloom that I refer to. And I watched a video on YouTube, why the upcoming housing crash will be worse than 2008. That was the title. And really nowhere in this video did they specifically say why that would happen. Curiously, nowhere in this video was there any conversation in a 10-minute long video about demand versus supply or supply versus demand. The obvious thing that's keeping price high, and the obvious thing that's keeping the real estate market moving in the face of high interest rates. There's a demand. I've mentioned this before when I've dove into the stats a little heavier, but, the largest population group in human history, the millennial group, are in the prime of beginning to be in the prime of their house buying years. And those people there's family formations that come as a result of it. And there's, and with family formations comes the need for housing. They're either renting a place or they're buying a place or they're staying with mom and dad. And there's only so much staying with mom and dad that can happen. So my point is demand is not only there, it's going to continue to increase. I always use the analogy, if there's 3 apples in the bucket, there's 10 people that want apples. That's a demand that exceeds supply. Well, what's going to happen is instead of 10 people, there's going to be 30 or 40 with the same 3 apples. I mean, you can see the problem here. And that's not true. The 3 apples becomes 10 because some of those people now are selling houses and buying houses. Some of those people are not first-time buyers, obviously. So, but my point is there's more activity, and I would suggest that the demand goes up as fast or faster than the supply's ability to support it. And nowhere in this video, and most of these kind of videos that I watch, do they talk about that obvious dynamic. And how do you talk about a market doing well or doing poorly without addressing supply and demand? That's a head scratcher. So all I would say is this, and I heard this recently from somebody, and it was just great advice. Always try to substantiate a claim or something you hear with 2 or 3 similar type sources. In other words, if 2 or 3 sources are saying the same thing and they're very credible sources, oh, well, maybe we should start thinking about that. There's a gazillion people that are doom and glooming about things. But again, that's all about viewership and monetizing viewership on platforms like YouTube. So as you can see, I just do this because I sell real estate. So, what's in it for me? Well, what's in it for me is I help you and your friends and family, and I'm compensated by helping them. That's how it is. And that's great. But I feel like I owe it to everybody to put out good information so that people can make sound decisions going forward. It's always the goal. So I'm going to leave it at that because I made this a long little stretch today. But as always, we are here to help. So if there's something we can be doing, please let me know. Again, I'll have the Pi event information attached as a graphic. If you're getting this by email, it'll be attached in your email. Let us know if you can make it. We'd love to see you. It's just our way of saying thanks and to be here for you. So, all right, very good. Until the next time.